Hello guys, so today I'll show you the scenario what if civilization restarted. I don't know what part it is right now, so anyway, let's begin. Now, this video might be very short because I just came out of my 11-day vacation. Yes, I said it was only 7 days, but it's actually 11 days. 11 days. And since I'm kind of tired after coming off that vacation, this video might be a little bit short or maybe not, but anyway, enough yapping around. Let's get into the video. So first thing will actually be a new country which pops up right here. Yes, it's another rebellion in the Cyan country for some awful reason. So let me get the provinces layer open and let's go here. Do we have any orange country on the map? How the fuck do I not have any orange countries on the map? Whoa. I mean, I had one, but not now. Okay, let's make this like a reddish orange of some sort. There you go. So a lot of these provinces over here are quite large. So some of the large provinces will actually join up, and so will those two states. These are not states, bro. And this major city will also join up. And yes, 3 major cities lost. Now, this country's capital is gonna be... wait, let me get this color. It's gonna be right in the middle, in the center, so that not any country can invade it. And rest of this part, well, actually is gonna go over to the pink country, mainly because of cultural similarities, and some people over there also speak the same language as the purple country. No, this is the pink country. So yes, that's what they do. And yeah, I'm surprised there isn't any major city in the purple country. Oh my god, what the fuck. And they're actually going to move their capital because they do not feel safe. They literally got bullied by everyone. No, I'm not giving it. But there's not really a province to put the capital in. So for now, we'll just keep the capital because guess what? A province is being split into 2. It's going to be this province. Now, they have quite a lot to choose through, especially these 3. But they're gonna go for this one for some reason. So they split it up, also giving some sea access to the new capital. And they placed their capital right bomb right there. Oh my god, my words. So yes, they do exactly that. And now, okay, the borders of this orange country are very awful. Okay, I literally said this orange country. Oh my god, what are my accent learnings? Skills. Okay, so speaking of the orange country, it's gonna expand into Africa. And now there's gonna be a war. So these 2 guys over here got bullied a lot. And the gold country will actually launch an invasion on this country. So they go from this side, but something unexpected happens. The pink country tries to protect the purple country. That is actually a rebellion of it. They just want to keep their selves good. And then after a couple of years of fighting, a stalemate happens. The stalemate looks something like this. But now let's actually look at the peace treaty. Okay, it looks exactly how it did in the war. That's because a province got split. And this purple country over here is actually going to keep all of this land, which makes it look very dumb and weird. And yes, that's what happens. The purple country will actually give one of the provinces to this country, just as a gift. Okay, they became kind of friends with each other right now somehow. Like, yeah, like, you know, Bangladesh and Pakistan. Bangladesh was actually a civil movement, a civil war in Pakistan, but now they're becoming friends mainly because of religion and stuff. Anyway, we did not come here for talking about religion. Let's continue. So the pink country, after having a stalemate, will go on and expand, leaving some room for the dark purple country to expand. Okay, so now another invasion is going to happen. The pink country is going to launch an invasion on the orange country, and things go well at first, completely sweeping off this major city over here, but then things do not go so good, as the orange country manages to make an offensive and literally take back all of their territory, and even push into the country. Their capital is in danger, and it actually gets captured. The pink country is being collapsed, but guess what? The purple country unionizes with the pink country just for a second to defeat the orange country, and the unification actually did some pretty good stuff. They managed to take back that major city and threaten the capital of the orange country. They decide to encircle it, and yes, the orange country decides to surrender. So let's take a look at the peace treaty. Okay, and why do we have colonies? So yes, the purple country gifted this dark purple country some of this land as a thank you for unionizing with it in the war. And yes, they now have two parts. Great. Our first colony in the same continent, but just separated by a country in the middle, kind of like Azerbaijan. Now the distance is not that much, but still. So anyway, we had almost enough in this area because we're going here. Now these three countries, actually 4 countries, will make a race to capture all of this land. So at first will be the orange country and the cyan country. Cyan, why did I say it like that? They do manage to go around here, but guess what? Now the blue country comes in and almost cuts off the cyan country, and so does the purple country, actually completely cut off. And now they're super close to being cut off, but they do manage to make an escape, and they just only take this little part over here. This part will not be hard to control at all. Seriously, we have logs as wheels at this point. Now, I must say, we're in the Iron Age right now, maybe. Yes, the Iron Age. So people might have invented swords already. But they're not reused so much. And the only countries that have swords are mainly these 4 countries, and maybe some sort of other country, like somewhere in the European areas. Speaking on the European areas, some crazy person decided to discover Iceland for some awful reason. So no, they did not decide to discover Iceland. They just wanted to go north. After going north, they did not find anything and died. The second time, they wanted to go west and see if they find anything, and they actually reach Iceland, and they discover a part of it. And now, if you guys do not know, Iceland is actually lush and green, and Greenland is actually icy. And the main reason of that is because of some historical scams and stuff. So yes, Iceland becomes fully discovered, and now the British country is gonna is gonna colonize it. Yes. Nice. So now the second step will be to go eastward, and now they will reach on the tip of Norway. Now it's super dumb cold over here, and the explorers immediately die. But guess what? They do somehow make a landing over here, and they just do that. Yes, there's not much people living over there, but you know, it's land, right? Of course, everybody likes land, right? They can keep more of their stuff here. Anyways, okay, now we're gonna go over to here, where there's gonna be some more discoveries happening. These parts of Asia should have already been discovered by now, but I just forgot to color in them. Actually, may not, because you know, we need water, right? I mean, and the closest water source from here might be the Indian Ocean, or the Arabian Sea, or the Caspian Sea. Also, why did I just say Arabian Sea? This is not clearly a sea. This is clearly a part of the entire dumb-ass ocean of the world. Okay? What is wrong with my mind? Of course. Okay. So yes, we have a lot of countries on this map now. Oh my gosh, it's my eyes are hurting at to seeing at them. So that's why we will come back to here, where this dark blue country will launch an invasion on this country. They do manage to take off their major lands, but they forget that they're also in Australia. I mean, they're... Okay, what am I doing? Their explorers have met up, but this country just forgot to do that. Okay, why am I stretching? Why did I stretch the capital like 1 billion times? What does the capital become? Oh my god, stop. Let me... bro, let me just take a capital. Okay, so they're now stranded in Australia, and they might collapse soon. And that's what they will do. Slowly, because of the harsh desert environments, this country will slowly perish. And eventually, the only thing that will remain is just a tiny dot of the country remaining. A tiny little dot of the country remaining. A tiny little dot. A tiny little dot. My voice is so satisfying. Oh my god. Okay, so enough satisfaction. We are now going to take this country and decrease its province size, and this is actually the smallest country in the world right now. Yes, they do this, and now the Korean country will actually make its way through this country in order to colonize a part of this country. But guess what? There's so many military forces over here that they can't. I mean, yes, they could, but they just do not want to waste all of that effort on just this tiny little microstate. Just sitting around over here, chilling and doing nothing. So yes, they will not do anything about that microstate. And yes. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the Cyan country, because it's actually gonna get cut off right now. So, but they know that they're gonna get cut off, so they manage to get a lot of land, and they make a hammer. Yeah, literally a hammer. I think hammers have already been invented by now. So yes, but these two countries will make a rush to quickly take out these parts. Okay, I also just again said geese. What is wrong with my accents, bro? And also, I am drawing all of this on the long rare. Oh my! I'm disappointed of myself, bro. What? So, anyway, we're on the right layer right now. And all this rapid expansion is actually gonna do some bad stuff for them. After that rapid expansion, these parts will actually join up with the Cyan country, and they think that they should be a part of them. And even these two like provinces over here, mainly because of that rapid expansion thingy that they have been doing. So now they have huge influence, huge. Okay, so let's go to this green country over here, because now it is screwed. It might collapse because the only bit of sea axis is over here. So the thing they're gonna do first, they're gonna come up to here. They're gonna stretch along the border over here onto this point. Yeah, this is a very weird thingy they did. But anyway, now they have come here. They will do some purchasing here. They'll get a tiny strip. They'll get this tiny strip of sea axis. Yeah, this tiny little strip, splitting this province into three, actually into two, because that will be in that province. So that's what they do. And let's just split the province right now, okay? So we have that, and this country will in exchange get some of these like little parts over here. Okay, let me get rid of that. Yes, they will get these parts over here. But let me just select the color. So they will get these, and they'll actually cut off the green country. And yes, but this does not mean that they have a colony. Well, actually they do, but they are super close together, and this part over here, well, people can actually travel from here to here without a visa. I don't think people have invented visas yet. Oh my god, bro. Wait, OMG. What is wrong with my brain? Okay, I just made a random word. Whip-to-boof. Oh my god. Whip-to-boof. Yeah, a simple word to pronounce, and yes, it's totally not so hard that only one person in the world can do it. That is the creator of the world. Okay? Anyway, enough torturing myself and you guys. Now let's continue. So now this part over here, well, this tiny little colony, well, it's actually gonna collapse. It's gonna get hand over to this light green country. And yes, it's just because they are very isolated. Not very isolated. I mean, they can't go from here. Actually, this part might stay because they're allowed to go for this part. The green country is also allowed to go from this part, but they can also take a detour and go around here. Okay, so they're actually gonna do something evil. Blup, blup, blup. And this country is gonna be so angry at them that they're gonna do an invasion of them. First, they will get this part over here, and then they'll split the country into two halves, and they'll slowly invade into it. I don't actually know where these two rebellions came from, but I do know that they're not from the green country. It's actually a rebellion itself from this Cyan country. So this tiny little strip is left, but they managed to recapture that part over here and actually push into some of the provinces and take this part of this province, which is huge. And yes, it eventually ends up with a stalemate. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, so Yes, you can't say that this. Okay, how many times have I said this in my life? Okay, these look horrible. These borders, they look horrible on the regular map. Okay. You can say that this country over here won, and this country kind of lost, but it's actually a stalemate of some sort. And the green country, no, not all of them. The green country will actually move its capital, not stretch their capital. What is a stretched capital? Okay, what was the capital province? This one, yes. It's gonna get downgraded to a major city. Like how it always gets. Bump! Boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. So now the country is centralized. So that's what we have. And this country here is actually not able to go into this part along this line as kind of like a punishment for destroying this country. And they still have the Caspian Sea. So they're gonna go around this part. And yes, they have a great portion of the Caspian Sea. Also, I'm gonna add straight borders because that is my thing. Okay, so we have our straight borders. And yes, this video is actually longer than I expected it to be. Okay, so now this part over here was gonna actually be invaded by the Orange country. They see it as an opportunity to split this part in half, but you know what will happen. This pink country will come in to sweep in the rest of this province and move everybody into that province. These are not single provinces. Okay, so, and now since there's a lot of people over here, they can completely, oh no, they can completely capture the capital of the Orange country. But okay, so anyway, we have fixed that issue, and now they're gonna sweep into the capital of the Orange country, and they're gonna completely decimate them. And then the Cyan country comes in and cleans up the rest of these two provinces. So let's take a look at the peace treaty. Yay! I love peace treaty. Yeah. Yay! They got their province back. I thought they would the pink country will keep it. Okay, why did I have so much struggle on saying the word the? Okay, I think I have some stuttering issues. Hopefully not. Actually, I do not. This is just a mistake of my speech. Gong, 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 gong. Okay, let me just... What the heck am I doing? Boop, boop. Okay. Ah! What is it doing? No. Let's just keep it here and then decrease this. No. Decrease. Oh my god, what is life? Lingagu guli wacha lingangu lingangu lingagu guli wacha lingangu. Okay, so we have that done, and yes, you might notice that this country over here, it's encircled. Okay, the borders look awful. And it will not stay like this. Because you might think that this country over here will come in. But no. It's actually going to be somehow... it's actually going to be... It's actually going to collapse because of its declining economy. And yes, the country is now no more. The country is now no more. Its capital... Okay, its capital stops functioning and it gets destroyed. And, okay, among all of these nations over here, which one will take this little part? Well, it's actually going to be divided up by a lot of nations. So first is going to be the pink country, which will take this part over here. Yes, getting very divided up. And then this country over here will get this part, and the rest of it goes to this cyan country. Now, these parts are actually kind of not in these countries. They are kind of like puppet states. So I'm actually going to make them into puppet states, okay? So I'm going to have this country over here. Okay, this country is going to have a completely different color so they can kind of see better that they're puppet state. They're a puppet state. And they're like this, and they will have a puppet state outlining. They'll have a puppet state outline. Just so that you know that they are a puppet state. Okay, so now this country will also get a puppet state, which will be this part. It's being divided up into this, and it's going to be a puppet state. Yay. And now, lastly, the pink country will also get a puppet state over here. And yes, this is... So yes, we have lots of puppet states right now. Okay, that is also not owned by that country. It's actually owned by the EU. Oh my god, that puppet state outlining is so thick and huge. So yes, we have a lot of puppet stating over here. Puppet state. Oh my god. Okay, so yes, the puppet states over here are so divided up. And the province over here, well, it always looks so divided up. But let's make it more divided. So yes, there are many provinces over here. Who would have thought about that? Okay, so yes, we came to here, and now this is actually gonna get Now these three puppet states over here, well, they're gonna have a capital later, because guess what? They're gonna go to war first. Okay, so yes, these puppet states are gonna go to war. But they can't do much. Okay, what is happening? Hello? Oh! Okay, are these puppet states on the wrong layer? Yes, they are. The entirety of the puppet states are on the wrong layer. Okay, let me remake the puppet states! Okay, so yes, this entirety now belongs to the pink country's puppet state. Now it is kind of invading this country because it also invaded their puppet state. But they can't do much about that. They'll just let us slide. I mean, it will kind of be a gift. Okay, so we have puppet states right now. Very early. Time to have puppet states. Oh well, I don't care. So this is the puppet state. And yes, it's very far from the home. And now it's gonna get a capital. And that capital is gonna be here. Okay, so there we have our puppet state. Our new puppet state. Somehow I have a puppet state in the olden days. Yay! Okay, so now we will go to Somalia, where there will be a breakaway. The entirety of Somalia will break away as a new country. It will be this. No. It will be this. Yes. No, these two colors are very similar. Let's make it super dark. There we go. No, actually, we can make it a dark, super dark blue. Yes, that is almost black. Let me just do that. No, not make the entire outline of the world. There we go. And yes, it looks terrible. So, Somalia just got independence, and it's actually recognized. It's actually a country with a functioning government and everything. this time. And yes, so now let's add the capital. Yeah. So it's gonna be in this city, major city over here, right on the coast. Now it's kind of a dangerous place to be in because the red country can just easily snatch the capital and run away like a thief. And yes, but the red country is not gonna do much about it because guess what? The red country will make a landing beneath Somalia. Yeah. What? My accents are very bad. Somehow. Actually, they're good. Since I'm from Bangladesh. That's how you say That's how you say Bangladesh and Bengali. Bangladesh. Everybody knows this, right? This is basic Bengali language. Okay, so enough with languages and stuff. Madagascar is going to be discovered. Madagascar is going to be discovered. How many times did I make this one mistake of my life? Hey, I came back. Madagascar is discovered somehow. Because how is there not a strip connecting Madagascar coming? Okay, why was it singing so horrendously? Oh my... Okay, so now this country is Somalia. This country is new, but it is actually pretty strong because this is one of the core lands of the red country. I mean, it's not the strongest. It's weaker than the most strongest countries. These two countries over here. Yeah, this country and the new country. They might be the same strength. So they might actually be able to colonize Madagascar. So they take the upper half of Madagascar and they move up and take the entire thing. The entire island of Madagascar. Now the red country is also going to do stuff and colonize the rest of Madagascar. Madagascar. Mad electric car. Oh my god, happy gas car? Happy. Okay, let me just finish my talkings. So the red country got a new Somalian colony, but this is not Somalia. Somalia is actually kind of like this and then extends down over here. So it's kind of Somalia, like this tiny little part over here. But overall, it's not Somalia, okay? I don't know where the Somalian capital is. Does Somalia even have a capital? Okay, so we have that. And now, the last thing is actually going to be this tiny little part over here is going to be invaded, not by the blue country, somehow by the red country. And the lime country will not be mad because this is actually a pretty inhabited area. And there's a tiny little strip over here because you remember that orange country got beaten up by the red country. Well, the blue country actually kind of protected it by getting a 1 kilometer border across here so that the red country cannot do evil stuff to it. And this video is super long right now. I should end it right now. So if you guys enjoyed, then subscribe and bye-bye. How many times did I say now in that sentence? Bye-bye!